Can you lay down? I love you too. Today we are talking about the Metal Gear Solid movie. Why I want this movie to happen. One, I used to be so afraid of when people threw around the thought of, what about a Metal Gear Solid movie? Video game movies have been done a bunch of times before. Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Hitman, Tomb Raider. That's been done, and not a ton of them have been like this sparkling gem of great movies. So when people originally were talking about your Solid movie, my initial thought was, hell no, don't ever do it. There's nothing you could do to make it anything near what Kojima-san has made already. There's just don't even try it. And then Jordan vogt-roberts came into the picture. He's the director of Kong, and he also is just as big a Metal Gear fan as the rest of us. So I feel like if there's anyone that is going to get this movie done and do it justice, it's going to be him. In an interview with Collider, Jordan vogt-roberts says that he wants to make a film adaptation of Metal Gear that appeals to the hardcore fans of the series, but will also make a general audience fall in love with it. Just hearing him talk about the script and how it's like gonna be mind-blowing and like fucking crazy, like how can you not get hyped up about that? When was the last time there was like a video game movie where the person who is literally heading the charge of it is in love with that game and is going to fight to make it happen, and who's going to go and meet Kojima-san and Yoji Shinkawa and getting Kojima's blessing? That's huge. The way he so passionately talks about it, it's like, this has got to be the guy. Two, it'll bring a whole slew of new Metal Gear Solid fans because it's such a convoluted story that if we can not dumb it down but make it more easily digestible, while we are like a very crazy fan base, there's still a lot of people where you'll say, my favorite game is Metal Gear, and they'll be like, was that old one with the, you know? So I think it'll bring a whole new audience and will take over the world. Three, it would bring a whole bunch more merch where I believe like we'll be able to go into GameStop and see like Metal Gear things on the wall, you know? Every time I walk into a gaming store, a gaming convention, whatever, my initial thought in the back of my head is like, I wonder if they have Metal Gear stuff. And I'd say 9.5 out of 10 times there's no Metal Gear stuff because it's such like a small niche audience and market, and it's not like out there like Zelda. Zelda's everyone's favorite game, and Pokemon and Fallout have a lot of stuff, which is awesome, but it's like, I just want that Metal Gear stuff. Can I just not pay $400? The fact that the Snake Amiibo is coming out, that's huge because that's gonna be like the cheapest Metal Gear thing you can like ever get. He talked about in his interview, I envision a world where like you get picked up by an Uber or whatever and there's like a little Psycho Mantis dashboard bobblehead or something. Like that would be so amazing. Four, even though it's an old game, it is so current with the story. The virtual reality, VR mission, the AI, and the fear of mutually assured destruction of the world. Like these are things that are not old news. They're things that we are still in fear of today. And there's definitely a story there to be told. Before anyone was talking about memes, Kojima was writing about memes in this video game. So, you know, it's all about what we want to pass down to our future generations. Are we thinking about our future generations, or are we just living in the here and now? And it's really interesting, and I think that that is going to be a story that people are drawn to. It's exciting because after Konami Kojima, you know, that fiasco, to me at least, it was like Metal Gear's done. It's dead. Obviously Metal Gear Survive. No, that's not a game. But I do feel like he's the one that's gonna be able to do it. And while we haven't really heard anything since August, he has been to Japan recently. And every time I feel like he goes to Japan, he meets with Kojima-san, and I can only think good things come from that meeting. I mean, the only thing that is really like nerve-wracking is like who would be cast? Duh, that's just crazy. Like David Hayter can't be in it. Like, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Let's just hope it gets made. Just let him make this movie, everyone. Just let him make this movie. It'll be so good. I think I would just cry in the movie theater the second I saw Metal Gear Solid on the screen. In April, I'm going to go see Metal Gear, the orchestra. So I'm excited about that, and I'll probably cry at that too, but I just couldn't even imagine like buying a movie ticket and going and being surrounded by people that love this game as much as I do, because, you know, there's not very many people that you come across in the world where they're like, I love Metal Gear too. The love is real, and I love to share it with the community, and we'll see what happens. But Jordan, do your thing. I cannot wait.